Hello and welcome to Parker Podcast. Today we have people sharing some funny, sad, and interesting stories.
Hooray! All right, so we have our first interview, and today we're here with... Interviewee.
With Jason.
Jason. So what is your funny story or your unique story from middle school?
Well, I can remember when I was in middle school, which was a long time ago, we had a gym teacher who was a assistant coach on the football team. So for gym class, he liked to be a little rough with the guys.
Right.
So I can remember him taking us, our school had kind of like a basement level. We went downstairs in the hallway in the basement, and he lined two groups of boys up, about, say, 10 feet apart from each other.
Right.
And he gave us a medicine ball.
Oh.
What a medicine ball is, it was heavy, probably weighed 15 or 20 pounds.
Wow.
And the whole gym class was one line of guys throwing the medicine ball at the other line of guys as hard as you could.
Oh, let's hope no concussions happened.
Exactly. We didn't worry about that when I was in middle school. And if the other guy dropped the medicine ball, he was out.
Ooh.
So it was a pretty simple game, and maybe a game that wouldn't necessarily be condoned nowadays. But it's certainly a memory that has stuck with me for a lot of years. And it was a lot of fun, too, actually. But I wouldn't recommend it nowadays.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
I would be a little scared almost doing that, throwing something that heavy. I mean, I've handled a 6-pound medicine ball, and those are even heavy, 20 pounds. That just sounds like fun.
Well, that was the kind of gym class you had from an old football coach.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing that story.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me on.
All right, so we're with our second person, and we're here with...
Michelle Androstic, or Mrs. Androstic, if you went to Edinburgh Elementary School. I am the librarian.
Yeah. All right, so share with us your story.
So I have a slightly traumatic story from middle school. And this story is from when I was in 7th grade. And I was in a advanced math class that I was really, really struggling in.
Oh, math, yes.
It was pre-algebra in 7th grade.
Ooh.
And I had never really struggled in a class before. So I did not know what to do when I got a bad grade. I got a D on my report card. And I was so afraid to tell my parents that back then we got paper report cards sent in the mail. I hid my report card from my parents.
Sly.
Classic tactics.
Oh, it was not good. And then they... called the school and got another copy. And then I actually changed the grade because I was trying to erase the D and turned it into a B.
Ooh.
I obviously got caught. I got into a lot of trouble, but now it has been a life lesson that I can teach my children that even if you're struggling, it's okay to tell your parents because they just want to help you. You're not going to get in trouble if you just tell your parents and you go to them for help. So it has been a life lesson. It was very traumatic as a 7th grader.
Of course.
So don't do that.
Yeah.
Learn from me.
That's quite a life lesson. What do you think, Marlee?
Quite a life lesson. I'm going to write that down in the back of my head.
Write it down.
Keep that for the future.
All right. Well, thanks for sharing your story.
Thank you, Ava and Marlee.
I will see you later.
Bye.
All right. So now we're here with...
our third guest of the evening.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Andrea Reed.
All right, so share with us your story.
What kind of story do you want to know?
Interesting, funny,
juicy,
traumatic.
Traumatic,
literally anything.
Oh my goodness. I would have to say I had a crush on this kid from 2nd grade all the way up to my senior year.
Ooh.
Wow. Dedication.
Right? Absolutely. Never knew I existed. Anyway.
How tragic.
I constantly tried to avoid him at all costs, but I decided that every time he would go down the hallway, I would take a different hallway. But
you're shy.
I was shy. I was a very shy one with that one. And the one day I had all my books in my hand and I just tripped over my own feet. Books.
The classic high school movie.
The high school.
Oh, it was
classic.
bad.
Yes.
It was so bad. I tripped over my own foot. My books went flying all over the air. All over the place. My face went down the back of this girl. I did a total face plant into this girl's butt.
No.
It was so bad.
That's horrible.
I don't even know who it was, but my face met her butt real close.
Jeez.
The nice part is he helped me pick my books up.
Aw, sweet.
In high school movie fashion.
I know, of course.
Of course.
That was as close as I got to my, happily ever after on that one. But, still doesn't know I exist. But it's okay.
Really sweet story, though. Well, thanks for sharing that. That was really enjoyable.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you later.
See ya.
All right, so we have our next victim, and he is...
Whoa. Victim?
Victim, listen.
Okay.
You mind telling us your name?
My name is Mr. Simmons, and I work at Parker Middle School.
Nice. All right. So, you mind telling us your story?
I'll tell you my story. One time, there was a rumor that someone had a weapon at school.
Ooh.
So we did a lockdown, and the teachers had to check people's lockers. So I went into this one kid's locker, looked in his backpack, and I found crab legs that were like a week and a half old that he left in his backpack.
Oh.
And they smelled terrible. And so I opened it up and I called the principal over and I said, hey, I found something. And she said, what did you find? And I said, week-old crab legs in his
That's
backpack.
so revolting.
It was gross.
That's
Very gross.
horrible.
I don't understand that, man.
No, someone evidently brought crab legs for lunch. I don't know.
The poor man didn't get to have his lunch.
No. So I asked her, I said, should I throw the crab legs away or just put them back in his backpack? I put them back in his backpack.
Oh, the peace kept, man. You did right.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me on your podcast.
Yeah, you're welcome. So
and I
thank
hope
you
have
for
a
sharing
good
your
evening.
story.
Yep.
Thank you. All right,
Bye-bye.
bye. All right, so we have our next person. We have Madison Gawkinski. So Madison, do you mind telling us your story?
Well, I am one of the setters on Jenna McLean Epic, 5th and 6th. So my dad started the club because he wanted younger people to get involved in volleyball at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
And while we have a team of 14 girls, I can't name them all at the top of my head, but we have a lot of skill. We have a tournament on this Saturday, and, well, we're going to go up against some good teams. There's some teams from Ohio.
Right.
I don't think we're going to do that well, but
Oh, you gotta have that confidence.
we're playing, we've played this team twice. We scrimmaged them. We won.
What's the team's name?
Flash. It's from Maplewood.
Maplewood?
Maplewood High School District. My dad went to Maplewood, though.
It seems like a pretty hard team to play. You've told me before about this team, Flash. So your tournaments you have done, how difficult would you for a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult do you think they were?
Well, we've only been in one tournament with
Okay.
them before, but we lost in the tournament, so it was a best of 3 games. We won the first game, then they won the second, and then we had to play to 15. They won. But when we scrimmaged them, we won. So we're about same skill level.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I really admire that you shared that with us. So I enjoyed that you came here to podcast with us. Thank you. All right, so we're here with our next victim. I'm going to call them victims.
Still don't get that. Still very
All
unsettling.
right, so do you mind introducing yourself?
Yeah, no problem at all. My name is Dr. Matt Lane. I'm the superintendent at the General McLean School District and enjoying an evening here at the Parker Middle School Student Showcase.
Well, thank you for joining us. All right, do you want to get into your story?
Sure. We're talking about life in middle school, correct?
Yes.
So I learned a lot of things about myself in middle school. I learned that things that are important to me, I discovered in middle school. I learned that I like being on time. I learned that I like to be helpful sometimes when people need help. Because when I went to middle school, I didn't get a bus. I had to walk. Okay, so I would walk to middle school, and I'd meet my friend at an intersection, and we'd walk along Route 5 to middle school. But he was very frequently not there when he said he was going to be there.
Always that kind of person.
Yeah, so I would start, it eventually evolved into the fact that I'd meet him further up his street, and then sometimes I'd meet him a little further up his street, and then I'd meet him outside his house.
He's just leading you up, man.
And then it got to the point where he would just kind of take advantage of the fact, but I didn't mind because I was a prompt person, that I would come in his house and talk to his mom while he was getting ready. And frequently he was so unready that that his lunch wasn't ready.
It's kind of rude, honestly.
Yeah. So I would walk to his house in the morning, make his peanut butter and jelly sandwich for him.
Excuse me?
Prepare his pretzels, put it in his lunch bag, and then he'd be ready to go, and we'd walk to school. So what kind of friend was that? I think pretty darn good, right?
Yeah, definitely a great
Yeah.
friend. I don't understand that,
Great
but
friend.
that's sad.
Are those the depths that you would go to for a friend? I think so, right?
Yes, I would on
Yeah.
occasions, but if I'm constantly doing it, I'm not doing it, man. I'm sorry. I'm going to call you out
it
on
was
it.
like
To be honest, I'm going to call you out on it.
That's okay. That's okay. I understand.
Yeah, if it was like a one-time thing, like maybe,
like,
but
yeah,
like
I
every
understand.
day to make it a routine, like
It's a little harsh.
I got pretty good at making those sandwiches, though. I'll tell you that, so.
That's all that matters, man. You got to be a good cook.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I like that you shared that story with us. So thank you for sharing.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for the opportunity. It was a lot of fun.
All right. So now we're here with.
My name's Lily Reed.
All right. So share your story with us.
So basically, I have been playing football now for 2 years.
Nice.
And when I started playing in 5th grade, I was the only girl on the team. So
I feel that.
when I
Wow.
had gotten there at first, because I have short hair and we all wear the same thing, no one knew I was a girl.
Oh, undercover.
For real. And then, like halfway through the season, the guys, because I came from McCain, the guys from Edinburgh, they found out I was a girl and they started like bullying me about it.
Ooh.
Basically, I was like, I used to be in the cafeteria without the windows. I don't remember which one that one's called, but I used to be in that one, and I could not stand in a lunch line with those guys behind me without getting bullied.
That's really sad, man.
It was really, really
Disappointing.
bad. They would always say that they were better than me, that they were stronger than me, even though sometimes it cannot be true.
Right, but how does that look now where you are?
But now, because I played last year, the guys, I think they realized, like, okay, hey, maybe she's not, like, chickening out about this. Like, she's
Actually good.
actually pretty
I like
good.
that.
yeah.
Like, and my position was changed. Like, I used to play wide receiver, but, like, now I play on the line, and I'm a lot better. And I think they realized, like, okay, hey, her position now, she's actually a pretty good player.
Yeah.
And
they
I really like that. I enjoy hearing that.
And I feel like they earn respect for me. So like now I can talk to like almost all of them like freely and not have any issue with it whatsoever,
Yeah.
and it be entirely fine.
Hey,
That's awesome, dude.
Compared to like before, I could not stand near them without getting bullied.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's a really good transition. So
It's
I'm
a really
excited
good
to play
improvement.
next year.
Yeah.
All right. I enjoyed that you shared that. That was really motivational. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
All right. So we have our next person, and your name is?
Robert Blount.
Robert. So share with us your story.
So it was in the D&D club, and it's almost all 8th graders. And most people know 8th graders can be a little mature.
Yes.
So Levi Finn has named his character Daddy.
Oh,
That's wonderful.
that is wonderful, man.
And
to him.
so we were battling kobolds, and Levi wanted to tame one.
Oh,
So we tamed 6.
jeez, that's actually a lot. Because Marlee, if you don't know, it considered like
I know
the
nothing.
rolls, like rolls, and you have to get certain numbers.
I literally know nothing.
And he rolled an 18 and succeeded.
Nice.
Now, right now, the kobolds have about 154 out of 4 HP.
That's actually not bad, but also very high.
Yeah, quite the high HP.
They like me more now.
That's good. As long as they're not their enemy and they're trying to destroy you, you are fine.
And the saddest part is we only got to keep Daddy Jr.
Oh, that's
disappointing.
The rest of them got captured by the government
Oh, even better.
because they're not human.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing that story about D&D. I really enjoy D&D, honestly. All right, so we have our next person.
Hi, I'm Andrew Corsini.
All right, Andrew, share with us your story.
Okay, so I play hockey, and next year is our first year of checking where it's allowed. And recently I've had 2 checking clinics where you learn how to body check. So pretty much at them, what you do is you're pretty much just told to check kids the whole time, and you get checked
Fun
the whole time.
destruction of humans.
Yeah,
Whoa.
pretty
Oh,
much.
all right.
Yeah, and the very first one, a kid got like a minor concussion.
Oh, that's
Oh.
rough. Ooh.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen.
When you're doing it, you're supposed to stay close to the boards so that you don't fall and your head doesn't hit the boards first. Your like shoulder does.
Nice.
And he was off the boards, so
oh.
he got checked. His head went right into the boards, and he like got a minor concussion.
That
That's
seems like it would
rough,
hurt.
bro.
Yeah. You guys have headgear, right?
Yeah, we
that
wear
helps.
helmets.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, and then the second one, nothing interesting happened.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Just
Yeah, no one got a concussion.
No, yeah.
Yay.
You sound
That's something worth
disappointed though.
celebrating.
You sound disappointed. You're like, no one got a
Nobody got
concussion.
I mean, it was interesting the first time.
Trust me.
Yeah, but the second one was just kind of boring. There was nothing really interesting that happened.
Well, thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so we have our next person, a widely known lady in our school. I would like to introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Miss Jen from the library.
We all love her. All right, so Ms. Jen, do you have a story you'd like to share with us today?
I do. So last year, 7th graders, there was 4 7th grade boys who are now 8th graders. So they were down at the library, and the next thing I know, I see them run up to the loft, and I see Dr. Carnes. I don't know if you know Dr. Carnes. He looks a little bit like Dr. Lane. Who was
Yeah, I
just
can
in
probably-
there. He's our curriculum director. So Dr. Carnes comes down to the library, and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, somebody called 911
Oh,
from the
that
library."
just jumped, man.
Wow.
And
that escalated.
So I turn around expecting to see the boys that were there, and they all had bolted and left me there.
Oh no.
And so I told Dr. Carnes, I said, "No, I'm okay." So they literally had to, let the 911 operators know that there was no emergency in the middle school library. So eventually the boys came back, and of course they're all laughing.
Really?
And yes, one of them called 911 from the library phone.
Oh,
That's wonderful.
That's lovely. Don't we all love that?
Yeah.
I can definitely laugh at it now, but when it happened,
That was kinda
it really
stressful.
takes a lot to make me mad. And I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
And you're usually a pretty chill person,
I
honestly.
am pretty chill, yes. So I banned them from the library it was really only a couple of weeks, to be honest. So,
Yeah.
But we can laugh about it now.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that story. That was really interesting to hear.
Absolutely.
Right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Special Edition, for listening to this Parker Podcast episode. Thank you for listening to this special... Oh, my bad, Mr. Hutch. Thank you for listening to this Special Edition episode of Parker Podcast. Hope you tune in again soon.